what's interesting is that since they played so well against Dignitas, and I think they picked them up versus Dignitas, as soon as Acer got to know they were playing Panthers, they could probably watch the game from Cobblestone, and they could probably predict that that would be Panthers map. So they might have seen some tactics as well. So maybe they're anti-stratting. Who knows?
One hopes. I mean, how long? Like the thing is, like how long have they had to prepare between both of these teams?
At least a couple of days. So maybe not that much, but a couple of days at least. And now looks like we're heading into the server. We'll see Acer starting on CT side. Let's see if that benefits them. Panthers going for a B push, and Default getting the entry on Wenton quickly, and Wenton not really, no, Spitfire not really getting the back-to-back frag, or back. Anyway, Panthers going drop, going for the A push, the A split.
I'm really curious now, because look at this, the infiltration coming through here. You have Threat now trying to hold in mid, but he could rotate quickly around if they get caught out right now. You already have that battle going down, and Spitfire's going to win. He takes out ZPR, brings it back to a 4-on-4, but then Just walks forward, and Just is also the raid boss here. He gets caught, though. Headshot out to him. Crystal takes out Zlinks as well. And the bomb has been planted, so now it comes down to this retake scenario. Threat has got the kit. He's going to walk right in, spots out Zelen, but gets shot in the side. Where was his teammate? Crystal not there to be able to save him. And it is going to be Panthers to pick up this round. Huge comeback here, actually, with the fact that Panthers managed to hold out in a 4-on-4 retake scenario like that, especially with some very quick shots coming in from Team Acer to bring it their way.
Interesting is that if you don't count the Wenton going down early in the round, Panthers got the plant without even seeing an opponent by smoking off connector and just going through it and planting A. Gonna have a B stack for Acer.
No, I'm curious now. Yeah, B site. And Panthers are really playing this very slowly. They're expecting some kind of aggression to come out from Acer.
Not gonna get it though. And it actually looks like they're reading Acer's B split, B stack. I'm gonna go sniff a little on middle. But they can only find Crystal in I don't even know what that's called in English. That position.
Crystal is up in A apartments right now.
A apartments. All right. That's a bad apartment.
Now that people have just started calling it A apps and kind of stuck, right?
All right.
Now Crystal could actually flank them completely through mid right now. There you go. Some free shots. A little bit of a headshot there on the default. A little lucky one, actually. Spitfire takes out Zlinks as well. But the bomb will get planted here with 25 seconds left. And Just holding very close to balcony here could actually open things up if they come jumping down. This is also a very common spot to hold, so Acer should be checking it, especially with an AT just bouncing up there. So letting them know, taking out one, gonna get caught as well. That's some miscommunication there, actually, for Wenton, and unfortunately for him, he's gonna just fall to his doom somehow, some way though. They are gonna be able to walk up and get this defused. Spitfire living through that round with literally 1 HP.
That's I really didn't think he was gonna get that frag, and he just gets the defuse as well, and well, waste no time in getting a round on the boards, Acer, and Sable's returned.
And because that was a force buy, I mean, they still win a pretty big round there, because Crystal also skimped a little bit. He's saved up, so he's gonna have the AWP. Surprised to see them making the big investments here, seeing as how they should know that Panthers' money is pretty wrecked. So you do have Slap going for an MP7, but then 4 rifles on the board for Team Acer. They really want to just be able to slap down whatever comes running at them. And they go for a very catch-all kind of strat as well. Very spread out. 2 guys holding close on A, 1 in connector, 2 over on the A side. Sorry, 2 holding close on B. But look at this. Good play, good positioning here by Slap, but it's not going to save him in the end. Spitfire instead is going to be the man trying to push forward, and he runs out of bullets on his M4A1, and just like that, they get completely overwhelmed. Nade into connector isn't going to really catch anybody. And Wenton and Crystal now trying to work their way back onto this site. Bomb just now getting planted, but it's still only Tech 9s in the hands of Panthers. They don't have any of the rifles that were dropped by their victims. So it's looking a little scary here. Nice HE here, and that's not going to be able to pick up the kill. It goes a little bit too far, so Zelen lives. Flash through, and that opens it up. Wenton is there to get the kill.
And the bomb is taking away. Crystal saving the op, so it's actually another forced by round win in the game.
And where are the rifles? How are they not able to... I mean, they got to run away, basically, and they just barely make it out of range there. Zelen dropping down to 3 HP from 5. But that puts it up at Panthers. Two rounds on the board for them, 1 for Acer, and definitely a rough patch here for Acer. They must have had their hopes pretty high there to actually come out ahead in that second round bye, but for Panthers to just completely overrun them with the Tech 9s, that's going to definitely put a stick in their craw.
Let's see if Crystal can do anything with the op. I think it's a hard map to be dominant with the op as CT when it comes to being all by yourself somewhere, because it's not as open as it used to be. So he's going to have to play this very well.
Yeah, he's been boosted up at the back of long, basically. So he's going to have a nice long angle there, you can see, basically down that hallway. And he actually makes it work. So he gets the kill onto Zelen. That's going to slow down Panthers somewhat. Now they know where that AWP is, but they're already trying to rotate it around, get it into a different position that would allow him perhaps to catch Panthers off guard. Jumping into connector like this, misses the flick, and that's the worst possible timing there for him. Had he been there a split second earlier, he would have caught Zlinks head on. Instead, it's Zlinks to pick up that kill. ZPR catches threat, and that opens up the B site now for Panthers. You have the rotation coming through, and they can recover that AWP on Spitfire. But the smoke's already going down to block him off, and Default doing a very good job of waiting for that smoke to go off before he crosses the open ground. So great, just great play coming out here from Panthers, basically being very thorough, not making any kind of like silly mistakes that would allow for Team Acer to come back into this round.
Yeah, we saw them do the same kind of things on Dust 2 earlier. Very thorough T play, really watching all corners and just doing it all methodically. And that seems to be the way Panthers go on with the T side. Didn't work out on Dust 2 though, but it looks like it's going pretty well here on Cobblestone so far.
Yeah, this is looking very solid indeed. I mean, as far... excuse me. Zlinks finds Spitfire, so they can't actually hold on to that AWP either. Nice attempt there by Slap. He nearly takes out ZPR, but with the way it plays out, ZPR is going to live. They managed to get a little bit more money on the board, Panthers. They keep a decent number of people alive as well. And they don't... Well... They don't even need to buy an AWP because they save the one that Spitfire was holding on to. So, great round altogether there for Panthers. And Acer right back to square one, essentially. They go for another round of eco here. Not trying to skimp too much. They want to make sure that they have the rifles, the nades, everything that they need in the next round, basically to shut down the Panthers' push. Zlink's opening it up, however. He manages to take out Spitfire. That was in drop-down rune, it looks like. And really not a whole lot going on. Some very slow-paced rounds coming out here from Panthers, just because they're trying to be very methodical with how they approach this T side. They aren't really leaving much room for Team Acer to build on and try and catch them out.
Yeah, not many mistakes are made as right now. We're still waiting to see the first weapon round though. Fully buy round.
The full buy round from Acer, that's going to be the big one right there. And it just changes up the pace basically with the AKs as well, because they don't have the Tech 9s. There's a little bit less pressure on you when you have the Tech 9s as well, which is why we oftentimes see teams do so well with that pistol. Because it's just like, you know, full YOLO, no fear, run and gun. And, you know, when you have the AKs, it's a little bit slower. So Zlink's trying to clear out this site, and this is perfect. It just draws the attention. Crystal going to be able to pick up that AK now. And then we lose threat, so that bomb is going to get planted on the B site. 2 players over on the A side, however, are going to be in pretty decent positions to hold on to the AK at least. You kind of wonder if Panthers want to go hunting for it. Don't really think it's worth it at this point.
No.
You know they're going to be buying in the next round. Is it really worthwhile to run in there and potentially risk losing your guns?
In the long run, I think it's they should just stick with the guns they have. Let Crystal save his AK, and yeah, just what they do basically. Slap getting a kill though.
Yeah, well done by Slap with the lurk up in the halls. He's going to be able to pick one off. Still, 3 players survive for Panthers in the end. That's pretty much all that matters for them, because now it doesn't mean that their money gets wrecked. They just kind of drop guns, and I mean, default starting with 9,200. He can easily drop for Just. I think the Just is going to go ahead and spend his own money, though. Because he's got 6,600 in the bank. So it's not the end of the world for him. He can full buy, no problem at all. Full AK, full nades, everything you need. Whereas Team Acer, same thing. Crystal with the AWP, everybody else with guns. Now we get to see the first real gun round between both of these teams. So we'll see what Team Acer have in store for us. They're rotating over to that B side very quickly, trying to set up with the anti-rush nades. 3 flashes, actually. Wow. Quite an investment on their part to make sure that nobody can sneak through. Not the best nade, really. But also not the best nade there onto Slap, so... pretty fair trade here from both. They're trying to just completely clear out the hallways right now. ZPR kind of stuck in the corner. He doesn't really have much room to move with. Zelen has caught Spitfire, though, and that's in drop-down room this time. ZPR takes out Slap. He could go for Threat as well. And Threat at this point is the only man holding on this site, so they do need to start pushing here, it looks like. Wenton is going to catch out Zlinks, who's trying to lurk in mid. And the rotation has now come out from Team Acer, but Zelen catches out Wenton, and that was in connector, so this is getting very awkward now for Team Acer. They need to make the right call, and more importantly, they need to land the shots when presented the opportunity, and Threat does a fine job there. Very hard shot for him to hit as well. Very small target that he has to work with. But so far, he's still hanging in here with 8 HP, and Crystal is doing a fantastic job of buying time. He gets dropped down to 12 HP, and Default so far just stopping this rotation. ZPR now going to be able to rotate all the way onto that A site and get the bomb plant. And he should be able to do so practically for free. Default, now they draw his attention over here, and you're going to have that lurk from Threat. Wow. Threat actually managing to get in there. That was so sick. The fact that they shoot out this basically causes Default to watch. He disregards the smoke, and that gives Threat the opportunity to come in here and stop that bomb from getting planted. Default now going for the plant in the default position. And, oh no, Crystal misses the shot. Crystal misses the shot. This is a huge opportunity, and Default walks forward and gets the kill. One single mistake there by Spitfire, or by Crystal rather. He's got to be incredibly frustrated with that.
Yeah, that was, yeah, he should win that round 10 out of 10 times. It was unlucky that it was actually the Opper still being alive. If he would have had a rifle, it would have been a game over for Panthers in that round, but keep struggling now, Acer.
The struggle is real, that's for sure.
It feels like they've lost at least 2 kind of stupid rounds. That one and the anti-eco, of course. This could have been a lot closer than it actually is.
And the shots coming through for him. Just he's managed to clear things up here. Nice little parting HE there as well onto Threat's head. And only 1 kill going there for Team Acer. That was Spitfire managing to get the headshot, but he's not going to be able to get the AK. So as far as Panthers are concerned right now, it's not the end of the world. They haven't had to worry about somebody picking up a gun on Team Acer's side. It's still P250s across the board for the Swedes. And Panthers, they have plenty of time now to just consolidate, go as a unit. That's really what they should be doing at this point. They shouldn't leave anybody lurking on their own. They should just go as 4 and just completely overpower the defense wherever they decide to hit. And it's looking like it's going to be B site right now because they're currently working their way out long.
If they take much more time on going to B, they're going to have Wenton in their ass.
Yeah, and he gets the instant headshot onto Zelen as well. Default will take out Threat. That could open up this site. Crystal kind of lurking around here behind Big Box. Now he's going to try and step forward. Can he actually catch that bomb planter? Yes, he can. Gets the kill. Looking for the shot as well onto ZPR, but ZPR hits that shot. 2 kills for Just, 2 kills for ZPR, and Panthers managed to hold on. But a very close call there in the end for the Portuguese team. All of that off of an eco round from Team Acer as well. Just some solid work coming in there from the Swedes.
Yeah, and that was actually really good because now we see Zelen and Zlinks being very low on money, so they're going to have to drop very soon, most likely, and that's the way to work down Panthers' economy.
Now Just is going to start trying to power forward here. This could be the interesting moment. He just takes point, smoke goes down, Crystal just locking that off. There's nothing there for Panthers to do, essentially. Although, the flash aggressive there from Panthers. They could try and set up for this battle now. Crystal missing the shot, taking quite a bit of damage. Wenton is there as well to support, but he's pinned down in a corner, gets flashed. We could have the follow-up kill, but he unflashes, or he basically regains his vision just in time to get 2 kills. Threat with the 3rd one as well. And ZPR, now the only man alive, but not for long. Spitfire rotates in and takes him out. Team Acer, what a hold on their part. Panthers really trying to brute force their way onto that site, and they completely fall short.
And they got a lot of time to correct their mistakes, Team Acer there. I don't know Panthers, it seemed like they had at least 2 kills they should have gotten. This is one of them. Him having 6 HP and default just missing everything. And also, we saw Crystal whiff another time in middle and still got to escape.
Yeah, that's just incredible that they actually pull that off.
So, still not a perfect play from Panthers, even though they're on S.
Oh, the dual combo nade there on Lynx and Just as well, dropping them both down to half HP. This is a big opportunity now for Spitfire. Spots the first one, can't readjust in time, but that opens it up for Threat. HE down, he's going to dodge most of the damage. And Just now kind of has to back off. Very scary situation. Smoke goes down, that turns it away, and Just not going to be able to take advantage of it. They actually have to fall back, both of them at this point. Panthers have been set back in this round. Down a man already, and it's not looking too hot. With a minute left on this clock, now Team Acer can consolidate the defense, and they still have a tremendous number of nades to work with right now. Let's see, default. There's the battle, and default wins it. Man, Wenton not quite able to deliver there for Team Acer. And Team Acer now, this really spreads out the defense. They don't know where they're coming from because ever since that initial battle in drop-down room, they haven't really seen anything. All they've seen basically is Wenton. Well, is rather default, who makes up for that last round. They know that there's somebody in drop-down rooms. Zelen dropping down there would have made a little bit of noise, so if Threat was holding close, they would have heard it. And well, now, question is, where does Threat set up? Zelen already here, in connector, walks back, and he's not going to be able to readjust his time. His aim in time. Zelen able to get the punish out there. Crystal from the back of the site is going to pick up the first one. Molotov a little bit late there. Gets the second one as well into ZPR. Perfect play there by Crystal. 2 very nice kills.
And also very nice play from Threat getting the entry and also getting another one. So he's stepping it up as well.
That one was rudimentary. The second one, however, was very nice. Spots him because he was double scoped and manages to hit the shot just before ZPR can get around the corner.
It kind of felt like that Molly actually made Crystal do that jump and see the kill, or get the kill rather.
He spotted him with the double scope, like he spotted just like the back, like a piece of his back or something, basically.
Yeah, because he was jumping from the Molotov, so he kind of ended up ruining it
for himself.
Yeah.
Now there's confetti everywhere in the studio.
Yeah. It's all your fault, Sandra.
Yeah, you can leave. I gotta deal with this next few days. Well, Eco Frag's coming here for Spitfire. We've seen that he's actually got a propensity for picking up those kills. And ZPR now the last man alive here in this round. Very quick round actually from Panthers. Not even a minute passed and we've got 4 guys dead. ZPR the only one alive here, but with only half HP. It's going to get a little tricky for him here. He tries to take the fight with Wenton. Wenton holds that angle correctly. It does not give him much to work with and will pick up the frag. So 4-6 the score now. Acer still trailing behind, but they're managing to close the gap a little bit here.
Yeah, and they have a lot of money to work with now, so they can finally exhale. Maybe lose around and it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, let's see here. Spitfire with 2. Yeah, just really solid work there. Basically holding up close. Very scary situation as well when they're rushing you down with Tech 9s like that.
Good molly.
Nope. Trying to nade deep and they don't quite get it right. So is Spitfire going to live? That's the big question. There you go. Flash. Wow, that was awkward.
You could just see that he wanted to, bend his back in the game.
Oh my god. Slap, though, with the headshot on ZPR. Nice play there by default, though, wrapping around, and now it leaves it in, well, it leaves Crystal all by his lonesome, basically. Can he get the drop on default? Yes, he can. He gets the kill, but with only 20 HP left, this is going to be a very difficult retake for him. He's got full nades, but he's only got he's got the P250, but he's only got the AWP. It's not the best retake weapon. And with 50 seconds left on this clock, Zelen could be anywhere on this map.
It's kind of interesting how Crystal is playing this. He's actually going down middle, trying to either catch him rotating or get from a better angle in the retake.
Mm-hmm.
He's lucky Zelen doesn't plant, though. Zelen is giving Crystal a lot of time to work with.
And there's the shot, and there's the plant. So now, game is up, and Crystal's trying to rotate through. And he gets spotted, unfortunately for him. Doesn't get that angle right. Zelen, however, perfect place at the perfect time, and he's in position to take out the last man of Team Acer. So a 7th round on the board for Panthers. Right when Acer started to seem like they were getting some steam going, getting some momentum. Yeah, you can see this is just like Spitfire's just like, well, And Threat also not really able to do too much. Slap made this a very close round. But that was still very awkward.
Another force by going to the weaker team.
Unofficial shots. No, Slap. And now Panthers are in a bit of an awkward spot here. Zealot picks up one, but he's going to get instantly returned on by Spitfire. Team Acer, slowly but surely, they're coming back into this. Default and ZPR are the only two alive here for Panthers in a 2-on-4 situation. Well, I mean, ZPR, he's got full HP, so he's trying to find an angle, but he's going to get right too close on the edge of that smoke. Slap probably spotting the AWP barrel sticking through. We'll kick that guy in the face. It's like flying crane kick, basically.
Crane kick?
You know, just like...
Oh, yeah.
Now, default. Default. It's ugly. What can you do, default? Can you find the way? No, you cannot. Threat is already watching the way. Doesn't let you onto it. And well, now, Panthers, they have a bit of a tough decision. And it seems like it wasn't a tough one after all. Because Zelen goes straight for 2 AKs. So, 2 AKs, UMP picked up by default, and ZPR just going to go for the Tech 9 armor and nades. So Panthers actually managing to get a pretty decent buy out of that, considering the money was kind of awkward for them. But when you got a guy with 9,600, you know, at the beginning of the round, I guess it isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Now, is Wenton in the best place ever or the worst place ever? Kind of a mix of both, because he spots the shadow, but the guy's walking, so he pulls the trigger too early. Could have had that kill on Zlinks, but Zlinks lives with 2 HP. But he spotted like 3 guys over in A apartments, so actually that was pretty early on in the round. Now that information, every second that goes past, is kind of devaluing. Panthers are able to rotate back around.
They were kind of in line as well, so if he had an AWP there in that angle, he would have gotten a triple kill, and that was a great shot from Slap.
It's really well done there by Slap. Like the boost there, the little counter boost by Team Acer. Good time to use it. And that catches Panthers off guard completely. Now Zlinks all by his lonesome. What can he do? He's only got 2 HP. This is very ugly for him. Just is working his way back into underpass, looking towards mid, and he has his 2 teammates up in apartments. So now, can they get it done? What? Did that go through something? It must have gone through something for him.
It must have been like a dink through the wall,
yeah.
Or something like that. Weird.
He caught some wood. He caught some wood. He caught some stone there or something. But that looked like it was dead on. So Just is barely gonna live. Takes the first man, clears up the site, opens it up for himself, and he can get a default plant perhaps. Can he pick up the bomb? Yes, he can. And there's the plant. And there's the Molotov, but it's going to be a bit too far. Going to force him out into the open, so that's pretty much the desired effect. He still gets the kill on the Slap. The Slap was also fairly low there, so...
I want to see an instant replay on that shot from Crystal, because the HP says he leg shotted him, but that can't be possible. It must have been...
Well, okay,
this was a shot from Slap when he was like semi-jumping, crouching, and this is... How is that not... That's... There's no logic in that hitbox.
Wait.
What's... Oh, he shoots through the tree?
What?
That is weird. So he did catch some wood.
Yeah, he got some wood. He just woke up. I don't even. One way or another, it just barely does enough to save him there. Very, very awkward. Still same result, though, for Team Acer. They're going to get their 6 rounds on the board. 7 rounds here for Panthers, and a burnt and toasty ZPR. Just is going to be able to overwhelm Spitfire, though, and that opens up the B site now from 2 different... Well, not quite. One man... Well, nope. Never mind. Crystal takes out default as well, and basically, as I'm calling their names, they're dying here, so maybe I should stop. See? I was about to say Slap. You know, and then I was going to say Zlinks, and I was going to say Zelen too. So, 8 rounds basically is going to go to one of these teams because it's 7-7 right now, going into the last round of the half. An eco round for Panthers, not too successful, but it is going to be them with AKs, nades, everything that they need in this round. No AWP for ZPR as far as I saw. That might be different. Let's see, did he manage to squeeze one through? No, he didn't. So, no AWP for ZPR. And there's still the AWP on Crystal for Team Acer, so we'll see if that AWP actually makes a difference here.
This looks like a quick round from Panthers. but
They're
nope.
getting up to long very quickly. But then it's just these anti-rush nades basically are so powerful. It's just like smoke, flash, you're done. You're not getting through. Nice HE on the Zelen. Look at this boost. They might actually allow them to look over that smoke. There's a second there where Slap might have been able to see through. Quite a bit of Molotov damage being dealt there to the three remaining members of Panthers, actually, because Slap did manage to pick one up. So Zelen and Default are out of the mix. 7-7 now, and basically a minute left for Panthers to decide what they want to do in this situation. Not a whole lot going for them right now. Very awkward stuff indeed, actually. Let's see. So there's 40 seconds left now. It's starting to get to the point where they need to make some kind of play. Zlinks gets the flash on a Spitfire, but you already have Spitfire rotating through. And they're going to be close enough to the A side as well here to help out Wenton, who's stuck up in A apartments, but he should have heard the steps, and he did hear the steps going through underpass. So now they should be able to get in position. Nice flick there by Crystal to take out ZPR. And then Wenton steps into it, takes out the last man. Adjusted. Zlinks gets caught, and connector threat rotating over from that B site is going to be in position to catch him, and it's going to be Acer actually coming out ahead here on the CT side. 8-7, just like Dust 2.
From being down 6-1, once again.
They completely turn it around there for Team Acer. Now I'm really curious to see, are they going to be able to go through with their T side? What are they going to offer us here, the Swedes? We're waiting for both teams to ready up now, and we should be seeing.
I guess now is when we see if they've actually practiced the map or not.
Exactly. Questions. We have questions, Andre. Now we need to find the answers.
Yeah, and it's not on Google. We've tried.
Will they be generous? Will they give us something?
Okay, who do you think is going to get the entry frag on the pistol round?
Entry frag on the pistol round. Yeah, that was just so awkward. He shot him.
He whiffs.
It looks to me like he whiffs. Yeah, he's like not even on that shot.
You should miss it completely, actually.
Yeah, look at that. He goes one over to the left, and that's actually shooting over his shoulder. So how the hell is that a shot that hits?
I guess we don't see it completely
Because it's
unlaggy.
16 tick, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, we see it from spectator view, so that might be a change in tech.
Level of CSGO.
Yeah. It's interesting that, you know, there are so many different kind of walls that do different, have a different armor or like penetration.
But they said that they wanted to unify all of that, right? You know, to make it uniform across the board. You know, this surface will do this much damage, and this surface will do this much damage, and it still feels so random.
Wasn't that the reason for the rip wooden thing on those two?
Yep.
That was a weird period in CS:GO when you started wall banging through wood. That like AWP didn't even have any armor on wood at all, or what do you call it? That's a weird moment in time.
Oh yeah, that made for very fun spray battles at mid. 'Cause even AKs did like a stupid amount of damage.
Yeah, it was like there was nothing there. It was like a smoke.
It was good times. I loved it. Sit there with a negative. All right. Now it's going to be Team Acer. Everybody through underpass. Everybody to the A site, and Default already hits one headshot. So he's going to be grinning. He's going to be pretty happy with that result. All four members just barreling up. Smoke goes down to block off connector, and Slap is going to be in position. Then the man on balcony, Zelen, falling low. Threat takes out Default. That was on the site, and Slap is going to take out Zelen. This is looking fantastic now for Team Acer. 3 kills on 3 different people, and it's Zlinks and Just, the last 2 alive here for Panthers. Zlinks rotating in through underpass actually manages to get up onto mid, and they start sandwiching them onto the site, but Threat gets a second kill for himself, and he could potentially get a third one here as well. Instead, it's going to be Slap to pick it up, but 2 for Slap, 2 for Threat, 1 for Wenton, and a pistol round for Team Acer.
It was unfortunate because Default got a really nice headshot in the beginning of the push, but that was it for Panthers. But shouldn't count Panthers out. If there's anything we've learned from this match, it's that nothing is certain.
It's a very good way of putting it. That's a kind of a very good way of putting CS in general.
force buys and semi-ecos being highly effective. Let's see if Acer can actually win an anti-eco.
Oh, unfortunately, they don't get the angle right with that HE. That would be money with the just. Instead, that Slap putting shots through. Look at this alert coming in here from default. No real luck there for him, unfortunately. Slap picks him off at range. HE onto ZPR as well, but ZPR getting up real close to the smoke. He desperately wants to push through. Slap is going to spot out the man on long. That's going to be Zelen taken down, and that opens up the B site. Now they're going to be able to get the bomb plant. ZPR with this flash also telling Team Acer, yes, the bomb site is open. Nobody is there. And a nice headshot by Crystal to clean things up. 10-7 in a very quick second round.
I'm surprised seeing Slap using the Tech 9 in the second round instead of the P250, because we've seen him do some amazing shots with the P250 in the first qualifier. And the second qualifier, basically. So that's weird.
Yeah, a bit surprising, no doubt.
Well, that's not as exaggerated, still Tech 9, but...
Tech 9 is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been nerfed.
It's like you still have 24 bullets.
Yeah,
so
it's still just fine.
Oof, money nade from Slap there.
Well then. Looks like he wasn't the only one throwing an HE though. But Spitfire picking up a second kill, he's going to be feeling pretty happy about that. Oh, Spitfire picking up his first, never mind. Slap picked up two. So I guess it was Spitfire who assisted, so it's probably a double nade.
Yeah.
Double nade. And Default and Zlinks now wondering what happened to their teammates. Where did they go? Crystal takes out Zlinks. And Default now going to be the last man alive here for the Portuguese.
Against 500 HP. With a full eco.
He's got a USP, dude. It's more than enough. Headshots.
It's enough for James Bond.
It's enough for Cali.
Not that he actually uses a USP, but he's got the silencer going on.
Yeah, somewhat.
I think James Bond uses a Walter PPK, is that correct? You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was like the trademark.
Yeah. And I remember him switching pistol in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like, dude. And then you realize actually they don't make the Walter PPK anymore. And yeah, you get like, sorry, bro. You ever seen Ghost in the Shell though?
Yeah, I don't remember anything from it, but I saw.
It was pretty cool the other day. Apparently, there's one of the guns that was actually based on real life guns. It's not all fantasy, like they based that gun on a real life one. So it's just like you can actually get like a real Ghost in the Shell pistol, pretty much. I was just like, okay.
That sounds dangerous.
I was just like, I wish I was back in America sometimes.
Yeah. Where you can just go buy guns
Go
at
buy a
every
gun at
corner.
Walmart.
I want the Ghost in the Shell one. It's like, you want the blue one or the pink one?
Ooh, trade and drop down room here to begin with. This is the first buy round. 11-7 to score now. Acer in the lead. And man advantage was briefly held by Acer until Panthers were able to return on it. So Zelen picks up one, but then Slap returns. And this is now going to be a 4-on-4 situation with everybody from Acer gathering up on that A site right now. ZPR rotating off as well, changing up his position to balcony. So the defense still remains solid. Default holding very close to underpass here, so we'll see if they look right. Looks like ZPR just kind of wants to set up for a flash or something into mid right now. I mean, he's got the nade in hand. He's got the flash as well. The flash does not come in, but it does get the kill, and that drops a bomb down at the bottom of underpass, and a man advantage is maintained here. ZPR doing everything he needed to in that round. It's making it very awkward now. Wenton gets caught out in the open. We have a single AK for Crystal. 1v3, and he's in the process of getting flanked as well. Tries to flick onto ZPR. He's not going to land that shot. And well, now, what exactly does he do? 18 seconds. Basically leaves him no time at all. So if he tries to get onto this site, it's about to get very tough for him. Headshot there. Does he check balcony? He's got to get this kill. And he had to just basically get this kill and run straight out onto the site to have the time, because there was 10 seconds left in that round. So pretty much an impossible situation for him there. Unfortunately, Acer not able to close through on that round, and Panthers will be carrying on. They've got 8 rounds on the board now, and they're looking pretty decent. Managed to save an AWP as well somehow, so they've actually got a sniper rifle to play with right now. ZPR will be pretty pleased about that. Very consistent in the fragging across the board as well for the Portuguese team. All of them within 10 to 11 frags. So it isn't like somebody's kind of dropping off on that team. It just seems like every time they get an opportunity, they're getting the kills.
Yeah, not like last time when it was like, if Just didn't get a kill, they didn't win the round. So nice to see that it's divided.
Well, there's the flash out by Acer, just completely ignoring that. He still sees everything.
Not saying Just doesn't pull away though.
Just is still probably one of the more solid players in Panther, no doubt about it. Another kill, gets
third.
3. Could have picked up 4 there, but does get crouch fired by Spitfire. Spitfire and Wenton going tag team right now, picking up everybody. They turn it into a 2-on-2. Now they got the smoke for connector as well. Very fine work indeed. Default, though, trying to find the angle, but Wenton's going to hit that headshot, and this is a huge round now from Acer. They're bringing it back from a 2-on-5 into a 2-on-1. Zelen, the only man alive, trying to hold that down, but Wenton with the quad kill.
Amazing round from Wenton and Spitfire. The 2-on-5, I think. And
2-on-5.
And it's so ironic how I'm saying last time when Just got kills, they won rounds. Now Just gets a triple kill, triple entry kill, I may add, and they don't get anything else. It was just perfect from Just, but oh man.
I think Just can be like legitimately pissed at his teammates at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, if
Especially
you get
that
3
round.
kills, it's a 2-on-5, and you don't win that round, that's a problem.
It's at the choke point as well.
Yeah, that's awkward. That's really awkward.
But nice job from Wenton, really nice.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Now, well, this makes it very difficult indeed. You're right. And Panthers...
I don't know if just having the Mag 7 is a sign of YOLO and, you know, him being like, well, F this.
He did get 3 kills, so he made like $900 that round on top of the loss. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, he may have a little bit more money to play with. Wallbang up close right now, though, by Wenton. And then the shot, basically the bait. Threat gets dropped down to 40, but it's not going to be a kill. And Wenton just continues with the wallbang up close. ZPR backs off. Wenton did not see him. There's still 2 players holding defense on the A site. Regardless, 12-8 the score right now, and Team Ace are just looking so very good. They're managing to wrap back around to the B side right now. They forced Panthers onto pistols, so Team Ace are once again in control of the situation, and they're going to be able to close in on this site. There isn't a whole lot that Panthers can do to stop them from pushing up long. Instead, they have a man lurking in Henhouse right now, so we'll see. Can they actually find this guy? Slap, being oh so thorough. Does step back there to try and root that out, but that's still a kill coming in for Zlink, so great pistol work there from him. 1 kill going in. Default holding up close with the Swag 7 in drop-down room. He's looking to see. And they are going to catch him out in the end. Spitfire, very well done there. Must have heard the steps, essentially, for them to know that that man was lurking behind that wall.
I saw that when Slap was looking through the side, he was jumping around, which is very common, but it can often bite you in the ass. When you're at close range, you can't really fire until you land, obviously, and that turned out to be his fall. But no real harm done.
Not in the end.
Let's see if Default does it better than Wenton.
Default has been doing good work, yeah. There you go, but they trade. Too many people there. Don't think they showed the bomb, though, Acer. So we only have a single rotation coming in through connector right now. That's going to be Zelen working his way back over. But he doesn't fully commit to that A site either. She left ZPR up in A apartments. We may have a lurk coming out here. Or not a lurk necessarily, but just starting to make some moves towards the mid of the map right now. Getting closer to connector, so you'd be able to rotate around fairly quickly. And it's a straight line pretty much across the map right now from Panthers. I mean, they just managed to, they're just trying to spread out and cover as much ground as possible. Team Acer, if they gather up properly, this could turn pretty brutal here. Smoke to block off connector, flash through, and now we have the push. It begins. 4 members, 4 Team Acer crashing onto this A site now as one single wave. Spitfire with a huge entry frag takes out ZPR. We still have a man alive, but he's hiding behind the smoke. They do catch him out in the end. Spitfire just zones in on Zelen, takes him out, just now trying to lurk his way through, but Spitfire is waiting on the other side of that smoke. No luck there for you this time, Just. Slink's going to be the only man alive here, and this is a catastrophe for Panthers. He needs to stay alive at all costs.
I didn't understand that. When Acer were planting, Lynx was still in the back of the B side, not really moving, but just still pushed through the smoke and tried to do something. So I guess lack of communication there. Lynx wanted to save and just didn't. So
I think more of a YOLO situation.
yeah, that was just weird call from Panthers.
Seems to me like Just might be getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, that might be it.
Because guy just kind of like pushes through, didn't really, yeah. That does have a touch of the YOLO to it. Excuse me. Very awkward there, very awkward. And now, Well, that leaves Panthers in a very difficult position. They have to make the call. Do they want to save? Do they want to buy? And it does look like they're going to skimp a little bit this round in order to get a solid round in the next one to keep Team Acer off of, well, from closing out the match, because Team Acer at 14 rounds now. Panthers sitting at 8. Team Acer going up against an eco round, essentially. So we should be seeing match point here fairly soon for the Swedes. And this is a huge turnaround for them as well on Cobble. Very solid work, and they're getting very close to the goal now. A spot in the main event. Well done there, working together as a pair, and there are 4 players just barreling up mid right now. 4 Team Acer just crashing onto this A site. There's only going to be the one-man Zelen who's up on balcony. Flank comes in from default, though. He manages to push in from A apartments. He's going to get overwhelmed, though, and the man pushing through. They run out of bullets. How awkward is that?
Another quad kill for Wenton. Wenton.
Wenton.
Wenton.
Wenton. Wenton. Wenton. Should we just do like Wenton?
Venton, tror jag.
Wenton.
Venton.
Venton, yeah.
I think you call it in Swedish.
Yeah,
I don't know if he wants it to be Wenton or Venton, but no one really cares anyway, Andre.
Venton, Venton.
Who cares?
I don't even know how you say that in French. Wenton? You don't really have the W sound in French.
It's not a hard
Well,
nickname.
you kind
It's not like quit them.
we, of course, like we you do, but it's not like a W. It's not spelled W.
O-U?
Yeah. Wenton. Wenton.
Wenton.
Wenton. Allez, Wenton.
So, 15-8. Kind of a cushion for Acer.
Wenton. And, well, now we begin. Flashes through to clear out A apartments. Team Acer are really focusing on this portion of the map right now. I believe that was a smoke going down to block off top of the apartments as well, so they're just going to start pushing through. They try to get into underpass, but default holding, not flashed. He's going to drop Spitfire, so that's actually a pretty big asset that's been lost now for Team Acer. Now they can, however, behind these smokes, they can set up, but they're losing teammates. Crystal gone, and this is very awkward now. Half of their push is going to just walk on through. Wenton does manage to win versus default, though, and he's going to spot out that man as well. Oh, what a spray from him. Zelen, though, on the other side of that smoke. And now it's going to come down to Threat and Slap, the last 2 alive. Slap taking quite a bit of damage. Gets dropped down to 15 HP through the smoke, and then Zelen is just going to home in on him, pick him off. Last man alive, Threat not knowing where to look.
That was a very cool idea, though. Smoking off the middle portion of the A side and planting. I guess you can say it's the equivalent of planting for long on dust 2A. So interesting. I'm seeing them pulling something out, something kind of fresh. At least for me, I've never seen it before, but that might be my lack of cobblestone experience.
No, that is actually something that's fairly fresh. We haven't seen that, or at least not that I know of. To have such a clean smoke round going up, it's a shame that they just lost 2 guys in underpass one after another, because it looks like that was pivotal. Like you needed to have, because they actually put Wenton back down there, so it looks like they really do need to have somebody coming through to try and split up those smokes. But nothing really going this time. Just getting boosted up on big box once again. And Team Acer not quite in the doghouse just yet. They still have enough money for a buy in this round. 15-9 the score. And Team Acer continue to try and press forward. This time around, default is not going to have any luck, and Slap takes out Zlinks at the same time. So a 2-man advantage just like that for Team Acer. And still plenty of time on the clock. 1 minute, 10 seconds, and we are counting here for Panthers. Basically, they need to come back big in this round if they want to keep their hopes alive. They bought themselves another shot. But now Wenton spots the timing on that smoke. Still plenty of time to wait that out. We have 3 flashes and a single incendiary nade for Panthers. And already, flashes just go sailing onto this A site, and they are going to push regardless, smoke or not. They try and go through. ZPR up here with the AWP holding on balcony. This could be a key position. He's got support from a rifle as well, so we'll see. Zelen picks up the first. Wenton hits the headshot on the ZPR, but Zelen will return. And an HE from Slap, touchdown straight on. Justice now alone, 1v3. Team Acer, they've nearly got this in the bag. Can they hold strong? Can they hold the angles properly? They have a man on the site, and he gets spotted just now, stuck in mid. And this gets very difficult indeed for him now. Triangle of Doom has been set up. He's going to have to walk into the middle of it, and he's going to have to hit the shots of his lifetime, essentially, here. Peeks around, no idea if anybody was holding a connector, and that's going to be that. 16-9 the score, and a 2-0 win for Acer. So, Panthers, on their own map, eventually get overwhelmed. The Swedes will have a spot in the Swedish tournament.
Yeah, 3rd time's the charm. They failed to qualify in the first qualifier, obviously the second as well.
Yeah.
And now they get a 3rd chance, and 3rd time's the charm.
There we have it.
Yeah.
So very well done there. I mean, glad to see the Threat. You know, it's just maybe that commentary helped him out a